Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to continue from where we left last time, which is algebraic expression and change of subject of formula. But today we're going to move on to multiplying brackets. So, without wasting any time, let's dive right in. So, the general rule here is to multiply each term in the second bracket by the term in the second bracket. We can also do this vice versa. So let's jump into an example before we talk more, because examples will make us understand this a little bit more. So let's say we have A plus B, and we have uh, C plus D. We have two brackets, and we want to multiply this bracket, because if you look here, if we don't have a sign, this means it's multiply, just like we talked about when we talk about a, maybe ax or xy. These are multiplication. Oh, this one and this one. This is multiplication. So also it applies to brackets. So here we are multiplying. So now, now that we know that, let's continue from there. So we have A plus B and we have C plus D in separate brackets. So what we do here is we we multiply what's in bracket A with bracket B. Okay, so let's say like this. Let's say A multiplied by C and B multiplied by D. And then we also, okay, let's change color here. Let's put blue. And we also do something like this. Okay, and we multiply this. So if we do this in this way, we have multiplied everything in first bracket with everything in the second bracket. So if we multiply this one, here we will get AC, and here we will get BD, BD, and here we will get AD, and here we'll get BC. So this will give us our answer, which is, let's say, just combine this AC plus, okay, let's start with the A plus AD, and then let's go the ones with B and BD plus BC. BC, okay, or you can say BC plus BD, anything you want. You can arrange them in any way you want. Okay, so now we have a solution to our problem, which is multiplying two brackets. So when we multiply two brackets, this is kind of the way our answer has to be like. But in some cases, we will have like terms and we join the like terms here. Oh, my bad. With this formation, the like terms will be here and here. But anyway, we will see that in the future. So for now, let's say this is important because these equations, we see them most of the time. So take note, if we have A plus B squared, okay, let me change this to red. I like red more. Okay, so now A plus B, okay, we have this in bracket and it's squared. So how do we solve this equation? We have A plus B squared. Oh, sorry. A plus B, we put it into another bracket, and A plus B in another bracket. Then what, we just follow the rule we talked about before. This and this will give us A squared. This and this will give us AB. This and this will give us BA, but we just let's just say AB, because it doesn't matter the way you write it. But let's say AB, and this will give us plus B squared. So why I wrote this like this is because if we write them like this, we can easily notice that these are like terms. So like terms, combine. So like we talked in about in the last chapter we talked about last time. So here we have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So this said if we have an equation like this, every time if you use this kind of expression, it will help you solve it quick because well, you will not have to do this and this. So if you just know that this is equal to this, it means anytime you see this kind of equation, you just use this formula to do it. But what about if we have a minus b squared. Now, this is a little bit different because now we have minus here. Here we had plus. So let's see what's the difference. Okay, so first thing we say a minus b and a minus b like this. So this and this will give us a squared. This and okay, let's say this and a and b will give us minus AB because here we have minus, we have a negative and a positive, so we have minus here. And then we say B and A we get minus AB again because here we have a minus, here we have a positive. And then we have minus B minus B. We multiply this, it will give us plus B squared. So now the like terms, these are like terms. So say a squared, this will give us minus 2ab plus b squared. So now you can see that these equations, these expressions, they're almost the same. The difference is here we have a positive sign, here we have a negative sign, which is changed by the sign we have here and here. So that's what happens when we have this kind of expressions. But without wasting time, let's jump on to another one. But now, let's say we have this one and we have this one. If you look at these two brackets, they are almost the same, but the different are the signs here. Here we have minus and here we have plus. So let's just use the rule we were using before that we multiply a and okay, we get a squared and a and b, then we get plus b plus ab ab oh sorry ab, and then we have b and a, we have minus because now this b has a minus here, so it's minus ab, and then this one and this one, then we have uh minus. We also have minus because this b has a minus here, so minus b squared. And now if we look at like terms, this and this, we will have a squared minus b plus b minus b is 0, so we don't need to write this. And then we have this. Okay, so you can see now we have our answer. Our answer is a squared minus b squared. And this is called difference of two squares. We have a squared minus b squared. So anytime you have difference of two squares, we will have something like this. We have two brackets with with the same um, with the same values a and b. They will be the same, but the difference will be the sign. So we have a minus b plus a minus b multiplied by a plus b. So those will be like that. This is called the difference of two squares. So now keep in mind all the equations we talked about before. You will see that we can use them anywhere. So now, let's have some examples that we can use in real life when we are dealing with mathematics. Of course, we will not continue using A and B or C and D. We have to have some expressions that are kind of real. So now let's say let's say x plus 3, put this in the bracket, and we have x minus 5. Let's solve this equation. So this one, we can use the first one we talked about. X and x will give us x squared. And x and minus 5 give us minus 5x. And 3 and x will give us plus 3x. And then 3 and 5 will give us minus 15. And then these are like terms. And remember every time to make sure you find like terms and combine the like terms. Don't forget to combine the like terms every time. And then here we will say minus 5 plus 3. This will give us minus 2x and minus 15. And this will be our final answer because now we don't have any like terms anymore. What about if we have this one, 2y plus 3, and then we square this. So in this case, we can use the way we always use. Okay, let's write it here. Let's say 2y plus 3 and 2y plus 3. Because it's squared, it means you're multiplying this by this. Okay, so we do the same. This and this, we get uh, 4, because 2 by 2 is 4, and y by y is y squared. And 2 by 3, we get plus 6y, and 3 by 2y, we get plus 6y. Then 3 by 3, we get 9. And then here we will have 4y squared. These are like terms, so they will give us plus 12y plus 9. So now our answer is 2y squared plus 12y plus 9. But we can do this in an easier way. If you remember, we talked about if we have a plus b squared, we say this is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So let's use this. So now let's say a, which one is a in this? So 2y is our a. So we say y squared. That's our a, right? And then here we have 2. So we say plus 2. Okay, so if we put a bracket, it means we are multiplying. So plus 2 and a, which one is our a? This is our a. So we have 2y is our a, and b is 3. So put another bracket and put 3. And then here with b squared, which is this one, and say plus b squared. So let's solve this. If we square this, we have 4 plus 2 squared is 4, y squared is y squared, plus this one we say 2 by 2 by 3 is 12, and then we have y here, and then plus 3 squared is 9. And now you can see with less work, we have the same answer as this one. So that's why we did this before. If you remember this, you can just insert your numbers in it. So now we have our answer, and the answer is the same. Just that this one is a little bit longer than this one. And if you do this, you might even omit this process. You just say put this here and do it in your head and put it here. Okay. So let's have another example. Let's say now we have uh, 3x minus 2, and we have 3x plus 2. Okay. First, like always, we use the way we always do, multiply these two. So 3x by 3x, we have 9x squared, and 3x by 2 we have uh, plus 6x, and then we go to this one, we have minus 6x, and this we have minus 4 squared, and then these are like terms, so we have 9x squared plus, oh, not plus, because if you look at this one and this one, they are like terms. So we can say 6x minus 6x, which will give us 0. So we don't need to write this. And then we have minus 4 squared. And this is our answer. And if you remember, we talked about a difference of two squares. So here you can see this and this, they are squares because 9 and 9, 9 and 9 is squared here, and then we have x squared. And if we have the difference between two squares, it will lead us to a bracket that we have same numbers but same but different signs. So it leads us back to when we say a minus b and a plus b. If you remember, we said it's a squared minus b squared. That's what we said when we talked about this. So now let's apply this to this equation here, to this expression. So a is 3x, so say 3x, and we square this minus b squared. B squared is this one, 2 squared. So now what we do is we square this one. Let's say this, we have 9x squared, and here we have 4. Oh, sorry. Here it's not 4 squared. It's just 4. Okay, 4. So you can see that our answers are the same. Yeah. Yeah, here I made a mistake. I square the 2 and get 4, and I still write the square here. So if you write this, you have to correct. It's not 4 squared. It's just 4 because we already squared the 2 here. So now you can see that the general rules we wrote before, they work very well. So before we finish this, let's have one more example and then we will be done. So here we have 4 minus x, and then we have 7 minus 5x. Okay, so what we do here, we just multiply this and we get 28, and we multiply this, and we get minus 5 plus 4 is 5 multiplied by 4 is minus 20x, and then x multiplied by this, we have minus 7x, and then x multiplied by this, then we have plus, because we have minus and minus, so this is plus 5x squared. So now we have 28 minus 27x plus 5x squared. So this one, I use this example so that I can show you that it's not a rule that you have to start with the number with a square. It's just most people they follow that so that it can easy to understand. If you have a certain way, just write the numbers, but it doesn't matter. You can write them in any order, but like we said before, make sure every number keep its sign, because this signs, if you just change the sign which comes before the number, it will give us a different solution, or I mean a different answer, which will not be correct. So yeah, I think for today, multiplying brackets will stop here. If you have a question, please ask your question in the comment section. I will be there to answer your questions. But for today, we will stop here. And like always, if you are interested, you can come here and you can expand these ones and you can show me the answers and see if they're correct. But if you have confidence in yourself, it's also okay. Just try to solve this equation for more practice. And like I said before, I'm still working on the website so that I can just give you the answer so that you can check your answers. But as for today, we'll stop here and goodbye. See you next time.